Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Um, it hurts so bad, doesn't it? It feels unbearable sometimes, doesn't it? It feels like nothing will be good and beautiful and bright, and it feels like nobody's on your side, doesn't it? If you feel like you relate to these, or if you feel like you have kind of a connection, but it's not that deep, but it's like, maybe I'm willing to bet that you need this message. Because what does it mean when we have this internal feeling that the things that are going on in the life are hard to accept? Or when people reach out to us, it's hard to open up to them. Or when it's time for us to be emotionally vulnerable, it's hard to get there. Or when people treat us in a way that we don't like, that it's hard to come to terms with the fact that they might be a bad person or just not for you, instead of thinking there's something seriously wrong with me. Now, I went through a fun journey of chasing somebody for a very long time, with no response, zero response. And if you're watching, hello. Because I internally had the self-worth of I don't know, I can't even say worm, because what does that even mean? I didn't have self-worth. I didn't have a internal compass that showed me that when other people treat me poorly, that it's not my job to convince them to treat me good. It's my job to know they're treating me poorly. I don't deserve this. I don't want this. Now, bestie, my love, I'm certain that it doesn't feel like that for you. I'm certain that in fact you think, this is what I deserve. This is what I have asked for. This is what people have treated me like for my entire life. And therefore, thus forth, I have to accept this type of behavior. And now, sweetheart, meow. But how do we get there? How do we find the place in which we realize with our huge, complex, amazing, wrinkly ass brains that the behavior that he is treating you with is not good, is not even like, okay, it's not even fine, it's not even like chill, it's not any of those things. No, it's terrible. And that doesn't make him a terrible person. No, that makes him just on his own journey. That makes him figuring out his own life. But Mary, you don't deserve that. You don't need to accept that, and you owe it to yourself to know when enough is enough. Now, I watched Wizard Liz video way deep into when I was chasing this guy, and she said that essentially, I'm paraphrasing, she said that he is answering you by not saying anything at all. He is answering you. He is giving you an answer by staying silent. He is showing you what he means and how he feels by being absent and by being not present and by being the way that he is being. And if that's silence, bitch, silence is an answer. Silence is an answer. Silence is an answer. I know. It sucks. It hurts. It feels like what the actual F. And if you grew up needing to find ways to prove to your parents that you were worth loving exactly as you are, which you are worth loving exactly as you are, like, baby, full stop. Even if you, like, okay, no, there's this couple on the social medias, and it's like I think they're a psychopath and a narcissist, something like that. Just because they have different, like, emotional or just like mental, psychological makeups that don't exactly lend themselves to a traditional form of like okay, when I say traditional, I just mean like the norm of like loving or of expressing affection or expressing whatever, like those people, they found each other and they are loved exactly as they are because they found somebody who values them for who they are. And this is what I'm saying, is that it doesn't fucking matter what's going on up in here. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how low you are, mama. You still deserve to be loved. And if it's not by somebody else, it's by you, okay? We're going off track. We're going on a tangent. And I think that it's still important because what I mean is to say that you as a person are made up of unique characteristics and traits, physical, non-physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever. And you, at a core level, your inherent value does not change. Whether you become skinny, whether you become fit, whether you eat well, drink water, do freaking workouts every single day, like change your complete, like you are already deserving. And by showing the world and showing other people that you don't believe that you are, that is just leading you towards being taken advantage of or being like confused and hurt and just lost in this like maze of trying to make other people see your worth when you don't even see it yourself, when you don't even realize that the actual behaviors that you're exhibiting towards other people and towards yourself make you believe that you are unworthy, when in fact you are not unworthy. You are completely worthy, exactly as you are. You are completely perfect, is that exactly as you are. There is no such thing as a linear, one-dimensional, one sole like freaking purpose or idea of what amazing, beautiful, worthy, like valuable people are. No, it is the inherent uniqueness and largeness and breadth of what is humanity and what is the human experience and what is the worldly experience that creates unique worth. Do you think your houseplant asks itself, am I worthy to get this sunlight? Am I worthy to grow up this wall? Am I worthy to be green? No. Your plant is chilling. Your plant is like, oh my God, sun, yes. Oh my God, water sometimes, yes. Oh my God, space, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna grow because it knows that it by itself does not need to ask someone else. Ask the soil if it's deserving of the soil it grows in. Ask its sun if it's deserving to receive the rays of the sun that exists. And if you put it into this analogy, Mary, yeah, maybe this is for boys too, Barry, you will realize that it is solely your own individual perspective of things that makes you closed off from receiving what the universe, God, your friends, your mom, your dad, yourself, your soul wants to give you. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay. You're worthy. You're worthy exactly as you are. You're doing great, mama. You're doing amazing. You're actually doing perfectly, because what is perfection? I'll let you think about it. What is perfection? And when you think about the things that you think is perfect, what makes you different from that? Is it access to resources? Is it a pretty face? Is it a hot bod? Is it, what is it? What is it? Because look, I guarantee you that you possess some traits of what you deem to be perfect. You just happen to have a completely closed off view from what the idea of perfection is, how you fit into that mold, how you realize that by breathing, by opening your eyes, and if you're blind, other things that are innately human, having a body, having a brain, having the ability to consciously think, being aware, literally being aware. You are perfect. You are valuable. You are what you are. And what you are is perfect, beautiful, worthy, valuable, period. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to be said or done or thought about it. It doesn't change. Your circumstances don't change your worth. Your finances don't change your worth. Your body doesn't change your worth. Nothing. If you want to be a terrible motherfucking person, by all means, go be a terrible freaking person. Does that make you less worthy of breathing air, of feeling sun, of waking up in the morning? No. Does it subject you to the judgments of society? Absolutely. And you know what? It should be, because we shouldn't be striving to be bad people. And the thing is I think that too, this nihilistic, hedonistic, I don't know what that means, like worldview of people, this pessimism, this criticism, baby, reflect that shit inwards. Reflect that shit onto yourself. Don't be coming on here or coming onto social media or coming onto, I'm tangenting, but this is still important. Don't let those people with their pain allow you to deter yourself from your path, because look, they probably don't even think that they're worthy to be alive. And that's not a joke, because when you struggle with the concept of living, when you struggle seeing other people succeed, it is so much more reflective of this inner turmoil that you have been going through for many, many years, that have trained you and made you believe that you need to live in a certain way or be a certain way or see other people in a certain way to be worthy, when in fact, that has been all a mirage over the entire idea of identity, which is complete and utter uniqueness. There is not unworthiness, because unworthiness implies that there is a concept that is, I have to burp, governing whether or not somebody does or does not become like successful, or like that there even is a like overarching concept of what it means to gain a sense of worthiness, like that there is some thing or person out there that is choosing which people get things and which people don't get things, when in reality it is you who chooses. Do I deserve to beg this man for his attention and his love and his presence in my life, even though he causes me pain, and even though he makes me question myself, and even though he takes me away from the beauty that is my being? Do I deserve that? Do you? Do you want that? When you think of yourself in the future, or when you think of yourself as a child, or when you think of yourself barring everybody else's opinions, do you think that that's what you deserve? I'll wait. If you do, okay, don't listen, and keep chasing that person, keep chasing that unhealthy ideal until you realize what you're actually putting your energy into and where it's actually going and what's actually important. But I'm telling you right in this moment, right now, on this day, on this earth, that like, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time, and it's okay. Like, okay, let's talk about this too, because you don't learn things by not like experiencing shit like this. Like, you don't go out into the world and then you're just like, boom, everything is amazing, I deserve everything, and everything is perfect and amazing and lovely. And some people are blessed to like have like lifestyles like that, and maybe that's not even true. I just like I wouldn't know. But you go through shit like this, you chase after boys like this, girls like this, you chase after ideals like this because you have this internal knowing that there is something else that you want, that you need, and what that thing is and how that thing is satisfied is different for every single person. And like, it's not to say that like there is any single right or wrong way to go about doing these things. There's literally not. It is just experiencing and living life and like kind of coming to your own conclusions by yourself and like allowing people with more information to give you the information that they know because they went through that shit too. And then reflecting on that and allowing that to like shape your current experiences and like move forward into time. Sis, and I'm talking to you, he will teach you something. He will teach you something. I don't know what that is. I don't know when it will happen. For me, and I'm sorry, for me it took 3 fucking years, give or take, okay? And it took me this long to realize I don't deserve to be pandering and catering my experience towards somebody who will not even do me the fucking, like, mercy, I don't know, of like a response text. Because yes, everybody's entitled to like go about life in their own way, but like when you kind of think about it, and actually, you know what, he probably has a completely different perspective of this and that's totally fine too, but like there is a difference between decency and like self-preservation or like ego and like keeping that to yourself. And like maybe I didn't deserve a text back, but like maybe the nice thing to do would be to text me back or to just be like, stop fucking reaching out, period. Like, that's it. And like, if I still didn't get it, like, okay, that's on me. And girl, a lot of it was on me, but that taught me that it's not my job to chase after men who don't want me, because all I'm trying to do is prove to myself and prove to them that I'm worth loving and that I have like value in being around. And even if I do shitty things and say shitty things and like hurt him or hurt them or hurt others, that like there's still part of me that's worth loving. And like, you know what, this is kind of, it's reminding me of like testing your partner, because it's like you're not testing your partner because you think that they're going to cheat. You're testing your partner because you think that you deserve to be cheated on, because you think that you deserve to have emotional turbulence in your relationship, because you think that you deserve nothing less than like the bare fucking minimum, or nothing more than the bare minimum, even less than that, because you think that by whatever grace of the freaking world that you alone are unworthy of experiencing joy and experiencing unbridled love and like compassion and commitment and beauty and blah, blah, blah. Like you are the one stopping yourself, like period. This is true for like many other facets of life. Obviously, love and relationships is like great. It's a great way of like examining the rest of your relationship with the world, because it's almost a direct translation of like what happens in your world. Like, let's say, mama, okay, no. Okay, I'll put it in the description, but let's say that you're chasing after somebody, and you know what? Let's talk about me. Let's say, no, not even let's say. I chased after someone. I wished that I could convince them of my worth. I wish that I could change their mind about me, because I believed that I was unworthy of having genuine connection. I thought that I had the power to convince somebody to change their mind about me, because I couldn't get it into my head that I didn't accept myself for who I was and who I am, and that I had spent my entire life before him begging somebody to see me and value me for myself without having to change like who I am. And all of the love that I got in childhood felt conditional, because I was being asked to portray something that I wasn't. I was being asked to tone it down or liven it up or fix everybody else, or like stop being loud or be more loud or talk more or talk less, or, you know, like conflicting, confusing all the way, like what the heck is going on. And I thought that by changing who I was, I could mold myself to be liked by somebody else, so that I could earn their approval and then therefore feel approval within myself. And the issue with this is that it completely tarnishes this idea that you are an individual who, with flaws and with like I don't know what the opposite of flaws is, are acceptable, are worthy, are desirable, are worthy of love, and that you don't need to change for other people to love you, because you, by yourself, as an individual, as a unique component of earth, of life, of an experiencer, as an awareness, are worthwhile, are valuable as you are. And I'm saying the word "are" so much because the tea is that you are. You are someone, and you as someone, without changing, deserve to be loved exactly as you are. And you don't deserve to go chasing after people who don't see that, because the people that don't see that are the people that don't freaking matter. The people that don't see that are the people that are going to think 10 years down the line, holy shit, I should have bagged her. Because let's fucking face it, the more that you become desirable in the eyes of yourself, the more that you realize that it's just fucking you whose opinion matters of you, that it's just you who gets to go through your own life and cultivate it the way that you want, and to live it the way that you want, and to do the things that you want. If you want to garden, go garden. If you want to be loved for the spastastic person that you are, go be loved for the freaking person that you are, okay? And allow the people that don't see that firsthand, that don't see that as you are, to let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Because you will find someone that likes you for who you are. And, I had this like internal dialogue for myself for many years that was, you can't be loved before you love yourself. How does she say it? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna expect somebody else to love you? But okay, that was terrible. That was really bad. I'm really sorry. But I mean, like, it still stands, because you have to know at a core level, whether that's conscious or subconscious, that you deserve love that isn't asking you to be somebody else. And while I went through a journey of like finding self-love and cultivating self-interest and like being a person that like believes that they are worthy of just anything, I didn't realize that even though I was going through all of that, I still didn't really know and like really believe that I was worthwhile. And so like that led to me having issues with my partner about how like I perceived love and how I perceived the love that he gave me, because I just thought and have been thinking for my whole life that like I need to be somebody else in order to be loved, or I need to, be a certain way in order to be loved. And that's simply not true. And while I think that it's true that you need to like cultivate self-love in order to attract somebody who loves you, you also need to be willing to open your heart to that love. You also need to be willing to lay down the barriers that you put around your freaking heart and your body in order to like connect with somebody fully, because love is an inherently risky game. You get nothing if you give nothing, and you don't get to that point of allowing yourself to love if you don't find it within yourself to fucking put down the sword, put down the shield, and like let yourself get hurt and let yourself feel like this radiance that feels so scary, because it feels scary because you're just not used to it, and because you don't think that you deserve it, and because you think that you have to be somebody else in order to, like all of the shit that I just said 24 freaking minutes ago. Like, you deserve to be gentle with yourself, and you deserve for other people to be gentle with you. You are worthy, you are valuable, you are valid just as you are, and you don't need to change to fit anybody's expectations, and you don't need to be different in order to attract the things that you know that you deserve deep down, baby. I know. You deserve it. That is all. I love you so very much. You got this. I believe in you, and I love you. Bye.